Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're breaking down how the food on your plate can become your best defense in the fight against chronic inflammation.
So let's kick things off with the big one, right? The question that so many people dealing with chronic pain or autoimmune conditions are asking. Can we really make a difference just by changing what we eat?
And the answer, you'll be glad to hear, is a resounding yes. It's not just wishful thinking, this is backed by some serious science. The bottom line is, some foods can fuel inflammation while others can actively calm it down.
Okay, so before we start talking about solutions, about what to put on our plate, we really need to get a handle on the problem itself. What exactly is chronic inflammation?
Now, you've got to understand, this is not the good kind of inflammation. You know when you get a cut and your body rushes in to fix it? No, this is different. This is when your immune system kind of goes haywire and gets stuck in the on position, mistakenly attacking your own healthy cells. It's like a constant, low-grade civil war happening inside your body. And just look at this list. This really shows you how this isn't some niche issue. Chronic inflammation is the sneaky culprit behind so many conditions we've all heard of. We see it in all these autoimmune diseases, and now there's growing evidence it could be a major player in fibromyalgia too.
Okay, and this is a big one that might surprise you. Inflammation isn't just about a specific disease. It turns out excess fat tissue can act like a little inflammation factory inside your body, constantly pumping out molecules that keep that state of alert going. So our overall body composition can play a huge role.
All right, so that's the problem. The good news? We can absolutely fight back. And the battleground? Well, it's your kitchen. Let's get into these simple but powerful avoid and replace rules.
First on the list, those refined white flours. You know, the white bread, the pasta. Think of swapping these out as upgrading the very foundation of your kitchen. Moving to things like almond, oat, or even corn flour can make a world of difference.
All right, next up is the big one for a lot of us, sugar. We're talking about ditching the white sugar, the artificial stuff, and retraining our taste buds to appreciate what nature's already given us. Swapping in plain fruit is a total game changer. Seriously, after a few weeks, you'll be amazed at how incredibly sweet an apple or a handful of berries can taste.
And what about drinks? This one's pretty simple. We're swapping out all those sugary sodas and pops for things that actually hydrate and help your body, like plain old water, some homemade iced tea, or maybe a smoothie packed with antioxidant-rich berries.
Now, processed food is a term that gets thrown around a ton, so let's get really clear on what it means. Basically, it's any food that's been messed with from how you'd find it in nature. Even something healthy, like fish, can become a problem if it's been pre-fried in junky oils and loaded with preservatives to make it last forever in a box.
And last but not least in this section, let's talk about fats. And listen, this is so important. This is not about avoiding fat. It's about choosing the right fats. It's about swapping out those inflammatory trans fats you find in a lot of packaged stuff for healing fats from things like good olive oil or walnuts. Okay, so we've talked about what to avoid and replace, but this whole thing isn't about being perfect or eliminating everything you love. That's not sustainable. It's about being smart and finding a balance. It's all about moderation. And this table is a perfect guide. Look, nobody's saying you can never have a steak again, but maybe it's a once or twice a week thing instead of an everyday thing. If you like a drink, maybe a glass of red wine is a better choice than a super sugary cocktail. And with coffee, hey, a lot of the time the issue is all the sugar and cream we dump in it. Maybe try swapping one for a green tea. Okay, so knowing all this stuff is one thing, right? But actually doing it day in and day out, that's the real challenge. And that's where this simple little system comes in to help make it a real, lasting lifestyle. It's called the PSCE method, and it's a super powerful loop. First, you plan your meals and make a list. Then you shop, sticking to that list. From there, you cook your own food so you know exactly what's in it. And finally, you eat mindfully, enjoying what you've made. Plan, shop, cook, eat. It turns good intentions into a solid routine. And this is maybe the most crucial takeaway. This is not a crash diet. It's not a 30-day fix. This is a lifelong approach, a new way of thinking about food that's meant to stick with you for the long haul. I know this can all sound like a lot, so if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, I want you to just focus on this number. 1. Just 1. It is so much better to change just one single thing and make it a habit than to try to change everything all at once and just give up. Start small. At the end of the day, it really does come down to that old saying, doesn't it? You are what you eat.
Every single meal is a choice, a chance to either feed the fire of inflammation or to start putting it out. So I'll leave you with this question. What choice are you going to make?